What's up, everybody? Sorry I'm a little bit late. Welcome to a Taco Tuesday. What I've done is set up a group on meetup.com where it's called Texan Crypto. Originally, it was called Austin Bitcoin or Austin Crypto Millionaire. I didn't get much traction with that, so I changed it to Texan Crypto. And I'm here to answer your crypto questions. If I don't know the answer, I will admit it. But for the most part, I know how to get, a good deal, a good wealth in crypto. Right now, we've been going through a bear market, so the bear market is the time to load up. Because some people will be selling. Some people won't have the audacity to keep their crypto. And a lot of people will poo-poo, and then they'll be right back in 3 months or whatever it's going to take for this bear market to get over with. But I'm particularly made wealthy with the Hex token. Hex.com is where you can find more information. Richard Hart is the creator of Hex token. His URL is richardhart.com, as easy as that is. His Twitter is Richard Hart Win. His Instagram is Richard Hart Official. So it is a staking protocol. So the way that crypto works is it's a ledger that's out there on the internet, on the network of computers. These computers choose to uphold this network, and the ledger meaning you are a person who has control over the numbers inside of the ledger. There are flying bugs everywhere. That's what season we're in. We went through a drought, then we got quite a bit of rains, and now we have quite a bit of bugs sprouting up with the warm weather after the rains. And hopefully it'll become fall soon and things will cool off. And hey, I'm hosting a party. Mark the date, October 15th, downtown Georgetown, Texas. Most beautiful square in Texas, they proclaim. I'm a fourth generation Georgetown person. My family has a century-old building down here. We've had it for half a century. And inside of that building, I've got a space that we're going to use as home base. And I will make a map that tells you where all the green spaces are, where all the parking is. All parking is free, by the way, especially on Saturday, October the 15th. There's a toy store. There's plenty of dessert shops, but there's bars and there's tons of restaurants. The restaurants outnumber the bars. And so it's a family-friendly area, and I'm inviting everyone to converge here on my hometown where I know the grounds really well. I'll be glad to introduce everyone to my hometown. And so I just thought that it would be a good gesture, and I thought that we could have a party whenever it is that a few Hexicans wanted to come down here and chat with me and have a good time. Well, why don't we just make a big party out of it? I've got the place, and so I'm spending a little bit of money in order to host everyone, but I'm very happy to do so. Hex has been wonderful in my life, and internet friends have been wonderful in my life. Really expanded my life worth, my value. I mean, that's what we need to do, right? If we're not being challenged by our local environment, we need to reach out and challenge ourselves and get involved with things. One of the, basically, podcasts changed my life. Once I graduated from college, podcasts were readily available. Go to iTunes Store, search what your interests are. I learned all sorts of things: governance, education, finance, agriculture, medicine. My life has just completely benefited from podcasts and the internet, instead of staying in your bubble. And so if anybody has any questions, please post them in the comments. If not, I might be done with this stream quite soon. What has happened is I have started to transition these meetings this time because people are so spotty on whether they're going to show up from meetup.com or not. Um, I have started to transition these into Hex postcard streams. And Hex is the currency, the cryptocurrency that I recommend. And you could look at it as a different allocation of your wealth than gold or stocks. It is a time deposit that's on the blockchain. So that network of computers that I was talking about. So you acquire Hex tokens, you stake them for an amount of time that you determine, and the amount of tokens that you stake is also up to you. You determine it. So you're interacting one-on-one with the contract that then awards you tokens. And so Hex postcards, we've been sending out postcards to folks around the United States. We've got a group inside of our Hex community that organizes on Telegram. And I have been doing YouTube videos to show other Hexicans what it is that we're up to and how easy it is to navigate the tools and resources that we've already provided at hexpostcards.com. So I was thinking that I was going to be joined by other Hexicans, but some other stuff popped up. Hey, Facing Realities in the comments. Awesome. Thank you. And so I basically have two Hexicans who are on deck, but they're not available right now. So it's been a pretty good day. I reached an agreement with a guy who's going to paint a mural inside of this building space where we're going to have the party. So I'm really excited about that. I am paying him more than I wanted to because that's what it takes to get a mural done. And for me not to stress and sweat over it, like I really don't want this to be a big deal for me. I've got enough to think about and worry about. What's up, Marcavelli? Bedrock Crypto sent me. So maybe I'll change my background. What do you guys want to talk about? Anything? Because it seems as though the meetup.com has not sent anybody this way. And I've got my tacos right in front of me, but maybe it is that this will be really short. And then, Austin Bitcoin is meeting. Shmita. That's what Marcavelli says. Okay, so I just watched a video on Twitter saying that Shemitah was going to come to an end in only 4 days. So yeah, by the end of the month. So I should know more about this. I understand the 7-year cycle. I kind of think that it's cool that they have it built in that a debt to a human doesn't exist past 7 years. They can reach forgiveness, but at the same time, I don't want somebody to stay in debt their entire life, but you don't have to lend out to somebody that ends up being a dick, right? for the next 7 years after they're forgiven. Life goes on, right? 7's a good number. I need to ask some of my buddies who are raised basically like inside the pages of the Bible. That would be awesome. Marcavelli says that's the same for DUIs. Driving under the influences. Are you serious? I actually have a really bad story about DWIs recently. One of my friends from my entire life, really. We haven't hung out lately, but he's a really great guy. He grew up in a Catholic family. His sister, I think, has some sort of Down syndrome, and so like the family is just a absolute loving, patient family and everything. And for some reason, he and his friends were out drunk on the road, and one of them passed away in a car accident as my friend was driving. And I just don't know. I don't know how to tell him that I'm very sorry that this situation has come about. So, anybody who's watching or listening to this later on, you can go to hex.pink to do a imaginary stake. I told you that you can acquire hex tokens and then stake them out as many as you want for as long as you want, and you return an interest. Um, so that's a really cool website in order to see those sorts of things. And then if you want to see what Hex is doing on a daily basis, then you could go to hexdailystats.com. That's a great website. It's just a big table of all these values that's within the Hex system. What I was about to say earlier, before Marcavelli popped in, I believe, is that over on meetup.com, it doesn't cost anything to create a user ID. It only costs something to become an organizer of a group. I have created the Texan crypto group, and it was meant to just be Austin area folks that were actually Austin area folks that were being funneled into NFTs, which I wanted to tell people, you're playing with fire. These folks wanted to get you on white lists. What's up, Academiated? They wanted to get you on white lists to tell you that you're the first person to acquire these NFTs and then pass it on to the next person. Hopefully, that would be for a profit, but this next person then is stuck holding the asset that is devaluing. And I was, prepared to tell these people that. And so this is my attempt of creating something in Austin to funnel people towards Hex, because Hex is something that is a piece of code out there on the blockchain, and it doesn't have other assets in the world that need to keep their value in order to keep its value. And so what I wanted to say furthermore is that there is a Austin Bitcoin group that meets at 7 o'clock. And so it's all online. It's similar. We used to use Zoom, but now we use this other software that has a J and an I and a T in it. I forgot what its name, how to pronounce it, or even how to spell it. But the Austin Bitcoin group has been meeting a lot throughout the years. And whenever COVID came out and made restrictions, then they started meeting online. They started using Zoom. And I started around COVID stuff, I started reaching out to my local area in order to get in touch with people who were similar thinking to me. And so I wanted Hex to have its presence in the Bitcoin group. So every time I go in there, I put my name and then hex.com right behind it. And everybody knows me as the Hex guy. And this evening, I'm going to get Trap Gravity from Louisiana. I'm going to get him to come into that group. It's just meeting format. You don't have to show your webcam. You don't have to hook up your mic, but those people are pretty knowledgeable. They've got little facets. It's kind of fun to report there every week or every other week. And one of the guys has his own project idea and stuff, and he talks about it, but I don't know if he ever makes any progress on it. I'm not poo-pooing him. There's another guy who is very wise about the markets, but in my opinion, the rest of the world doesn't exactly what's happening in finance 1.0 is a little bit different than what happens in finance 2.0. And what I mean by that is crypto. And so I constantly tell these people like, hey, Richard Hart, he thinks this, so that I'm not on the line, but yet it's so funny because it's just like an amount of time until Richard's words come true. And these people are just like, oh, well, anything could happen. I've only advised one very popular person that Bitcoin could go down, and that was like at 23,000, and now it's at 18,000. So I told that person right. What else? I've got some tacos here. I might feel like getting a little bit more tipsy before this stream. If you guys want to come to the stream, here, I'm gonna go find it on Meetup, and then I'm gonna post it in the chat, and then you guys just hold on to that link if it is that you're interested in joining later. Again, it's at the end of this hour, which is my 7 o'clock Central Time, and it lasts for 2 hours, so 7 to 9. Oh, and I reset my passwords, so it may take me a little while to figure this out. Okay. Academiated, you are exactly correct. I'm going to highlight that one. It affected those who participated, and then it also affected those who allowed it to get into their nerves. Because I was having all sorts of arguments. I wore a mask like twice going into a grocery. Or maybe, no, it was once going into a grocery. And then a few times I had to tell some people some very mean things. And then I asked them, like, I'd like to know what it is that you do for a living. Kind of thoughtless follower are you? Got my tacos right here. Are you wanting to look at them? Ooh, doggy. This is where it slides off and straight onto my computer. So these are beef with bean and soft taco wrapped around them. If you're in the area, October 15th, you can witness this taco shop yourself. Jitsi is the meeting platform. I can remember the name of, because my acupuncturist's name is Jajit. So Jitsi, a little bit different. All right, so anybody who wants to copy the link to Austin Bitcoin Meetup, it's in the chat right now. Oh, and then also the Hex Foodies group, we changed our logo and we put it all over a shirt, and I ordered one. So this is 5% spandex, 95% polyester. So it's more like a jersey. But I've gotten three, maybe 4 compliments from women today. So I don't know if they're just like joking with me or if they really do like it. But one of them, I think, was actually interested in me. So, has its positives. Have y'all ever worn anything just to deter people? I used to say that about my truck, my dirty, dirty truck. Anybody who can't deal with this can't deal with me. All right, y'all. Thanks for being here. This was meant to be a funnel for Austin folks to come on over to learn crypto our way. Later, facing reality. Get some sleep. Peace, y'all.